Hey everyone, welcome back to the CodeTeaStudios podcast. So today, I sort of got an interesting request from one of you. The request was to talk about one of the cringiest, the weirdest, and most embarrassing phase I ever went through as a teen. Personally, I don't want to dive into these memories, but for you guys, I guess I'll do it. In order to properly tell this story though, I'm gonna have to give some backstory. So, when I was a teen in high school, everyone had phones. If you didn't, well, it was just weird. You miss out on all the biggest Instagram stories, the coolest TikTok videos, and overall just understanding what your friends were talking about when they mentioned the newest hit song, model, conspiracy, etc. And people, especially these teenagers 20 years ago, just wanted to fit in and not be weird. But now that you're all caught up on the backstory, let's jump into how I started the weirdest phase of my life. During this one day in high school, someone accidentally knocked into me, causing my phone to fall and break. I tried everything to get it to work again, but to no avail. And when I went home that day after school, I was so upset that I started Googling how to fix a phone. Little to my knowledge though, the search result that would pop up under it, how to fix phone addiction, would lead me down a rabbit hole of how phones, and overall just technology, were just so unhealthy for your emotional well-being, for relationships, and for the environment. When I discovered this, immediately I wanted to challenge myself to not use my phone, or technology at all for that matter. So I went downstairs into my basement and dragged out an old whiteboard and began counting my days without technology. When I woke up the next morning, I felt fresh and anew. Today, I was going to show my friends what I discovered and try to get them on board. Maybe I'd even get them to do the challenge too. What I didn't know was that they were just too suckered into their phones. Immediately, they gave me strange looks and began mentally distancing themselves. When I entered class that day, it became an even bigger nightmare. As I walked towards one of my friends to get her help on my assignment, I happened to see some text messages she was sending to another one of my friends. And they were not very nice texts, to say the least. That was when I started doubting whether this challenge was a good idea. And when every teacher I'd had that day, especially the teacher of that same class, gave another online assignment, I was on the verge of giving up. As I drove back home that day, I processed what had happened and almost broke into tears. In order to avoid an accident, I pulled over and walked to a park, a place I hoped I could just come clear with my thoughts. I sat on one of the park benches and just let my thoughts and emotions run wild. Should I continue doing this stupid challenge or give up? Finally, I shook my head, knowing that it wouldn't be a challenge without any reason. There's a reason challenges are challenging. Yet, as I walked into my home and noticed my mom's computer on and opened in a very interesting tab, I couldn't help but let my curiosity take over. And little did I know, seeing her search results about how to stop her daughter's strange phase would be the last straw. Furious, I stormed away and into my room, attempting to recollect my thoughts. I found myself, yet again, considering whether the challenge was worth it. At long last, I came to my senses and gave up on my fruitless attempt at making the world cleaner and a better place. Turns out, the world is more bedeviled by screens than I originally believed. That's it, cut it.